Su Yulin leans in close, her eyes filled with a playful hunger as she looks at the young man sitting on her bed. She whispers that her husband, Guochang, is practically useless, and she has been desperate to have a child for years. In this small quiet village, she wants the innocent and supposedly simple-minded Xiaochun to help her fulfill her deepest wish. She suggests a little game to test him, a simple round of rock paper scissors, with some very provocative stakes. If he wins, she rewards him with a sweet candy, but if he loses, he has to take off a piece of his clothing. Xiaochun claps his hands with the joy of a child, eager for the candy, and begins to lose round after round. The tension in the room thickens as he starts to strip, but suddenly he gets scared and tries to leave for home. But before the game can go any further, a loud banging on the door shatters the seductive atmosphere. It is Ma Dajie, the town's most notorious gossip, shouting for Yulan to open up and catch her in the act. Xiaochun scrambles out of the window with surprising agility, escaping into the darkness of the woods nearby. Safe under the shadow of a tree, a sudden sharp pain lances through his skull, forcing him to his knees. A jade pendant around his neck begins to pulse with a blinding light, unlocking a flood of ancient memories. He realizes he is the heir to the Dragon King Sutra, a divine lineage with power over water and medicine. With his intelligence restored, he tests his new power at the riverbank, summoning a massive school of fish with a single wave. He vows that his days of being the village idiot are over. He will reclaim his life and reach the peak of success. Visions of his past humiliation flash before him, reminding him of how the wealthy looked down on his rural roots. He thinks of Schwer, the kind-hearted girl who stood by him even when he was a broken man with nothing. At the village clinic, Schwer scolds him for being late, still thinking he is the same foolish boy she always protects. Suddenly, a group of villagers rushes in carrying a woman named Quiji, whose water has broken and who is in critical danger. The baby is too large for a natural birth, and there is no car in the village to get her to a city hospital in time. With the clinic lacking proper equipment, Schwer is helpless as Quiji screams in agonizing pain. In a moment of sudden clarity and strength, Xiaochun steps forward and announces that he will deliver the baby himself. The villagers are shocked, shouting that a fool shouldn't touch a dying woman, but he pushes them aside with authority. Inside the room, he uses his ancestral medical techniques, calming Quiji's pain with a single touch to her pressure points. Within minutes, the sound of a healthy infant's cry fills the clinic, signaling a miraculous and safe delivery. He hands the newborn to the stunned father, Dazhu, promising that both mother and child are perfectly fine. The room is filled with gratitude as the villagers realize that Xiaochun's brain has finally returned to its former brilliance. He plays it off as a lucky stroke of genius, though Schwer looks at him with a mix of suspicion and newfound wonder.